Hey, I'm John Paramore, and today we're talking about how to deal with adversity and struggle that's going on in your life. I think if you grab a hold of this one element and you really pay attention to this one element, it's going to alleviate and eliminate a lot of the stress and chaos that you're constantly finding yourself in, especially in the space that we're in and the times that we're in right now, okay? So I want you to wrap your mind around this, and I want you to really understand, and I want you to grasp, and I want you to hear me clearly that every bit of adversity that you're going to face in your life is an opportunity for one of two things to happen. It's an opportunity for you to grow and advance and become better, or stay exactly where you are. It's impossible for someone to stay in the same spot all the time. A lot of people will be faced with the same challenge over and over and over and over again because there's a refusal or unwillingness to do what needs to happen in that space to move away from that happening. So you're going to hear, if you haven't already, there might be people in your life that say these things to you. Why does this keep happening to me? I know you've heard that before. Why does this keep happening to me? It's because life in general wants to teach you a specific thing. So it will keep replaying it over and over and over, and the situation will feel like deja vu or Groundhog Day all the time. That's because life, the universe, God, whatever, is trying to teach you something. And you have a refusal at that point, or an unwillingness at that point, to grab a hold of what it's trying to teach you in that moment. You think that, well, I've just moved away from it. Maybe there's a period of time or peace that happens between these things coming up, but it's going to come around again. And I want to tell you, it's typically going to be worse each time that you ignore it, right? It's going to level itself up and manifest itself into being something bigger the more that you ignore it. So it shows up, it smashes us right in the face, punches us right in the mouth, and we're like, shit, what am I going to do with this, right? So what I love about these things, and I've talked about this, but I just want to reiterate it for you. What I love about these things is under adversity, when these things show up, we get to see who you are. You get to see who you are in that moment. Your real character is exposed in that moment. Not your reputation, not what you want people to think about you, but who you really are shows up in that moment, right? And you get to do one of two things. You get to ignore it and say, you can place blame, you can deflect, you can put those problems on someone else and try to make them someone else's fault. Or if you're in a really powerful state of mind, you can look at it and go, okay, what do I want out of this situation? How am I showing up right now? Do I like how I'm showing up right now? And I think if you'll actually put yourself into a space where you're willing to move forward and you're willing to accept the challenge and you're willing to do the work that it's asking you to do and address it and deal with it, is what opens up the gate or the door to the next level, right? To the next level of you. And that's the key. That's where most of you get this wrong, is you don't understand that this challenge is happening for you, right? It's happening for you. It feels like sometimes it's happening to you, but the challenge when it's happening for you is an opportunity for you to go, I don't like how this feels. This sucks. This is a shame that this is happening, but this is an opportunity for me to grow and become better all at the same time. And I get it. Some of these challenges that happen are very, very hard. They can involve our kids. They can involve people close to us. They can involve our businesses. They can involve our physical health, but it's always something that we were given that allows us to become something else, right? And possibly for most of you, for a lot of us, these challenges that pop up help to better align you with your purpose. They help to better get you clear with your purpose. And some of you get that. Some of you really, really get that. And when those things happen, you're like, this is an opportunity for me to move closer to who I was meant to become. Some of you look at it and go, but wait, I actually like where I am right now. I like where I am right. I'm comfortable with where I am right now, right? Comfort is a is a fancy word for complacent. When people are comfortable, they're complacent. And I'm not saying lazy. I'm not saying any of that stuff. I'm just saying they're complacent. They've gotten comfortable, which means they've been lulled to sleep a little bit. And that's typically when those types of things come and punch us in the face. When it's like, I'm starting to feel pretty good. Things feel pretty good. If that's how you think, then some more bad shit is going to show up. You've got to reframe your mind. And you can say things like, I'm due for another gift, right? And then when adversity shows up, you won't look at it like it's a bad thing. You're going to look at it like, okay, this is the opportunity for me to grow and to move into the next level. Some of you over-abuse this phrase. This too shall pass. You take that phrase, this too shall pass, and you look at it like, well, in this moment, I'm supposed to be passive because this will just go by. This will just go by. In one sense, you're right. It'll go by. But what you're not paying attention to is because you failed to resolve it or you were unwilling to resolve it, it will also show up again. It's not going to stop, right? It's not something that just goes away and then doesn't happen again, right? So if it pops up once and you don't resolve it and you just sit with it and let it weed itself out, it's going to show up again. At some point in time, the lesson is going to be taught whether you like it or not. Okay. So let me bring this around to you guys and give you some real practical application. If you approach the day, just this day, if you approach just this day, knowing that this day is going to bring enough of whatever this day brings, and you look at this day and go, okay, everything that happens today is for me, and everything that happens today that challenges me is actually giving me the capacity and ability and the lesson that I'm going to need to move myself to the next version of me, to the next level of me, right? If you look at it through those lenses, everything that pops up today, then you're going to find the gift in it. If you look at it like things are happening to me, if you look at it like I'm just going to stay and be calm and let this thing this too shall pass, I'm going to let it roll or whatever, it's a possibility that you're going to get through this day and you're going to feel it was a tough day, but I managed to get through it. And that lesson is going to show back up at some point in time and really teach you a hard lesson. You got to be really careful that you're not one of those people that looks at it and just tries to let it roll, that tries to stay where you are, that tries to just let things happen and be where you are without preparation and solving the problem or the issue or the circumstance or the adversity that just came up in front of you to give you another gift. Okay. So you guys know the drill. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Look at all the situations in your life right now. And listen, I'm not adverse to any of this, right? So I've got things going on in my personal life. I got things going on in my business life. I've got things going on in other areas of my life. And I have a choice in those moments. I can either look at them like they're happening to me, or I can look at them and say, okay, something is trying to teach me something here. Okay. You have the same exact thing. You have the same, I guarantee you, I don't know a single person where I'm like, hey, you have any adversity going on in your life right now? And they're like, no, nothing, absolutely nothing. Everything's great. I have no adversity. All things are good. Life is good. The economy's good. No, I don't hear those people right now, right? If people are being honest with you, they're telling you the truth and saying, of course there's adversity. Of course there's challenges. Of course there's things that pop up every single day. You can figure out who someone is really, really quick by asking them a question. How do you extract the lesson out of adversity when it shows up? How do you handle adversity when it shows up? You're going to get one of two answers. I try to find what the positive in the adversity when it shows up, pull the lesson out and grow to become better. Or, I just let it slide by when it shows up. I just kind of try to brush it off. No big deal. It'll go away. I'll wake up tomorrow. What doesn't kill me makes me stronger. You hear all kinds of shit like that, right? So again, I'm going to challenge you. Look at all the things in your life right now that feel like a struggle, that feel challenging, that feel quote unquote hard, right? And start to reframe it in your mind and start to ask yourself, where is the gift in this? Where is the gift in this? Where is the lesson in this? What am I supposed to extract in order to be able to grow as a human being, right? And then you guys know the drill. Like once you're in that space and you got your head to a space where you can see it and you're going to reframe it and you're going to treat it as a gift. You guys just got to get your mind right when you're ready and go to war with the other limitations that are keeping you from seeing it in that light. So you guys know the drill. I need you guys to like it so the algorithms can pick this up and get it out, get more content just like this out to you. I also need you to drop your comments below. Any questions or comments you have, drop them below. I'll get them answered for you. And then the final thing I need you guys to do is subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you guys are paying attention to what we're doing so we can get more stuff out to you.